In this week, we check out the latest big development announcements for the week, including some aircraft releases that will be seen soon in the sim, as well as this week's release news and sim update news and the latest highlights. So let's jump straight into the video. Kicking off this week's previews and announcements, Black Square. This is the team behind the Steam Gauge overhaul releases, and the recent TBM 850 is just about to release its next aircraft, which is the Duke and Turbine Duke. The team plans to release the Piston Duke and the Turbine Duke in March, providing all things are going well development-wise. This time the team has partnered with Boris Audio Works to enhance the immersive experience of the Black Square Dukes. With this release, the team has an array of new innovative features which they believe are some of the first we have seen with flight sim history. The team plans to introduce a revolution in cockpit features when it comes to EFB tablets. These EFB tablets are a complete interface and they'll be monitoring the aircraft systems, showcasing detailed visualization of the piston and the turbine engines and live schematics of other systems, as well as other common configurations when it comes to payload and management options. The Dukes will feature a all-new engine simulation, as well as a revolutionary way they do their engine starting, as well as other things such as a propeller feathering, advanced simulations of fouling, vapor lock, flooding the engine, backfiring, as well as a detailed turbocharged engine management. We should see a bunch of detailed system videos in the lead up to the release of the Black Square Dukes from the Just Flight YouTube channel, and hopefully all things go well, we'll see them in our sims sometime in March. Cows Simulation, aka the creator of the world, recently released a teaser trailer of the in-development Diamond DA42 earlier this month. The release of the DA42 is very close, and we're seeing some pre-release versions appearing on some of the content creators' screens. From what we can see, the level of detail that we have seen in the teaser trailer has transpired through to pre-releases on the DA42. The DA42 is expected to have a detailed 3D modeling, 4K textures, accurate aircraft physics, detailed animations, advanced aircraft systems including electronic de-icing and lighting, detailed engine simulations, and also the Boris Audio Works team has had a hand with the DA42 sounds. Actual details of when we'll see the DA42 be released has not been confirmed, but it appears to be soon. This week, Assure Poly updated the status of its in-development OV10 Bronco. The Bronco has now moved into its beta testing phase. Currently, we don't have a confirmed release date, but I guess it depends on how the beta testing goes. But the team did mention that they will provide an updated date sometime soon. Currently, we don't have any confirmed features for the OV10, but what we do know about it will be released with a sound set recorded from the real-world aircraft, animated antennas that react to wind and G-force, animated canopy with vibrations depending on what the environment is doing, custom tire compression animation, and of course, we will keep you posted on the final phases of the development of the Bronco, including a release date. Aerosoft have announced their second installment of its Antarctica series, which is Australian Casey and Skiways area. The release is in its final stages and we should see a release sometime soon. The territory is managed by the Australian Antarctic Division, and the Casey station is a fair distance from its closest airport. Lots of animations have been included in this one, including animals, vehicle, boats and people, a detailed Casey station with all the buildings and a lot of clutter and detailed terrain around the area. The Wilkins Aerodrome Skiway and the Casey Skiway have been included as airports in the package. Plenty of custom sounds have been created, and also there's coverage beyond the base with aerial imaging and various resolutions along the coast, hundreds and thousands of animated icebergs. Many other features have been included in this one. If you're looking for something different in the sim, this may strike your interest. A big thank you to Proest Sims for sponsoring this YouTube video. Their products enhance your current flight simulator hardware by turning your flight controls into something closer to the real thing. The team makes different add-ons for flight controls such as Honeycomb, SciTech and Velocity over a variety of different aircraft, including Boeing, BAE, Cessna Citation, VisionJet, TBM, just to mention a few. The current add-on I'm using at the moment is the Proest Sims new dual action Boeing 737 add-on for the Honeycomb Bravo, which features a detent flap and speed brakes. This really improves the immersion and realism of my flights. For Oz Flight Sim viewers, you can use this code AUSFS on checkout for a 15% discount on all Proest Sim products. I'll leave a link in the description of where you can check out their page, and a big thank you to our friends over at Proest Sims for sponsoring this video. Just Flight this week posted a new update with the development of its Fokker 70 and 100. We're not expecting to see a release for this one until later on in the year. That being said, the update from the Just Flight team focuses on sound recordings. The team mentions one of the most difficult parts of aircraft development is getting access to aircraft for real-world recordings. It's relatively easy to get access to aircraft in museums for cockpit and switch recordings, but it's not always the same when it comes to engine sound recordings. Just Flight has managed to gain access to 3 real-world Fokkers during their maintenance and run-up in the Netherlands, recording high quality audio from the turbines of the Rolls-Royce 620s and the 650s for the Fokker 70 and 100. This really shows the effort that some third-party developers have to go through when developing high detail add-ons. If you are enjoying these videos, bosh that like button and consider subscribing to the channel to see our weekly flight sim updates. We are on the road to 100,000 subscribers, and we would love to have you on board before we hit that milestone. Thank you very much for your support. Moving over to this week's release news, Golden Age Simulations have released their Boeing Stearman biplane. The team did announce that they were in development with the Stearman last year, and now it has been released. The Stearman is known for being a military training aircraft during the 30s and 40s, with over 10,000 of these were built. Post World War II, many of them found civilian roles as crop dusters, show planes, and sport planes, just to name a few. Golden Age Simulations have included various models reflecting the Stearman versatility, including the PT-17, the N2S, and also the A-75. Features included with this release is a detailed cockpit, true to life controls, flight characteristics that are replicated to give simmers a realistic feel of flying a vintage aircraft, an EFB with aircraft management, custom avatars, interactive checklist, and you can pick up your copy of the Golden Age Simulation Stearman in the links in the description below. In our next release for the week, this one is from the team at Tropical Sim as they release Punta Cana version 2. Punta Cana is the second busiest airport in the Caribbean. The airport has experienced a very rapid growth over the recent years. Many airliners that fly into the airport are from many destinations around the world, such as Europe, North America, and South America. Features included with the release is a detailed version of the airport, full night lighting, custom animated jetways, seamless integration with the default Microsoft Flight Simulator scenery. You can pick up your copy of Tropical Sim's Punta Cana from the Sim Market store. I'll leave a link in the description below. Stepping over to this week's Sim Update news, last week the Microsoft team announced they were starting the alpha for the World Hub. Finally, it's happening. This week the team is sending out the first lot of invitations to the closed alpha testing. The Microsoft team did mention that they were not able to include invitations for everyone initially because there was so much interest, but however, there will be more that will go out in the coming weeks. This might mean that we shouldn't expect to see the World Hub go to a full release for maybe a month or two at least. There is no new update this week when it comes to the development roadmap and the active development wish list. This was to be expected as we only had an update last week, and I wouldn't expect to see many more updates until we have the first development live stream of the year, which will be on January the 31st. This week on the new product backlog list, we've seen a total of 204 products, which is 18 higher than the previous week. There is 34 aircraft on the list this week, which is down by 6 from week to week. Missions are up by 10, sceneries are up by 2, liveries are down by 4, and airports are down by 12, and others is up by 4. This week on the InSim marketplace, we've seen 5 new aircraft releases on the marketplace. As always, do your own research before you buy any third-party products from any online store, including the InSim marketplace. Just because I'm mentioning products in these videos doesn't mean I endorse them. Some of the products being sold are not always up to standard. In fact, this week we released a video of the worst rated aircraft in the InSim marketplace. Feel free to check that video out, and I'll leave it at the end of this one. But back to the aircraft releases of the InSim marketplace this week. All of these aircraft are available for both PC and Xbox. There is Captain Sim with another version of the Boeing 777. I'm not sure how many versions there is actually in the real world, but it seems to be Captain Sim always keeps finding new versions of the 777 to sell. MS Scenery is with another weekly aircraft release. This time it's the J10, and Pilots Experience with another drone, and also Sim Federations with the Challenger 350 and the Phenom 300 version 2. As I mentioned, please do your own homework before you purchase your next add-on for the Sim. As for the rest of the releases, they are made up of 4 livery packs, 1 challenge pack, 1 landing pack, 2 night lighting packs, and 1 environmental pack, and 5 airports. It's a pretty underwhelming InSim marketplace releases for the week. Hopefully we'll see some more detailed releases in the coming weeks. If you got this far in the video, please bosh that like button and consider subscribing to the channel as we aim to bring you the best flight sim updates each and every week. Stay around and check out our latest video as we check out the worst rated InSim marketplace releases, and we'll see you over in that video.